Man, I remember coming from video games like Neverwinter Nights, where you genuinely had a diverse range of characters, different body types, different ages, different races. You had beautiful characters and ugly characters. Everything exists. And Neverwinter Nights is not the exception. Like most games that I grew up with were like that. And then you have the social justice activists coming in. You have the I'm totally a fan of the video game, but wouldn't it be nice if we change it? And they started gaslighting. They were basically saying that video games are boring and all of geekdom, all of entertainment is boring and bland. It's filled with straight white men. And we need some diversity, right? And this is it. Like, this is the diversity. You have, like, all of these companies that are supposed to compete with each other, that are supposed to try and be creative and do something new in order to entertain the audience. And look at it, right? It's everywhere now. Like, the thing that I notice is that what the internet calls the mental illness haircut or the Californian Innsmouth look is not very popular. Like, even in the Anglosphere, this type of haircut is not popular. Outside of America, like, it looks comical. It looks ridiculous, right? Like, it looks like a buffoon. If you have this haircut in Romania, no one is going to criticize you for it. Like, no one is going to stop you on the street or anything. But people are going to laugh. Like, what are you doing? You know, it's weird. Like, no one is going to take you seriously. And the interesting thing is that they have the haircut to be taken seriously. Like they genuinely believe that characters that look like this are badass. And I'm sorry, but you don't know human nature. Like if you have a female character, if you want to make her badass, make her like Melina, the femme fatale, you know, Poison Ivy. And you would notice how all the guys are unable to even look her in the eye. Like you see a gorgeous woman that is so strikingly beautiful that you're afraid to even go to her and have a conversation. And she dominates all of the social circles where she is. Like, everyone tries to please her. That is how you make a strong female character. This is just ridiculous. You know, if you're going to shave her head like she's going to prison, it's not going to make her more intimidating. It's not going to get the character to be taken seriously. But anyway, right? This is not why I made the video, because it's not about, like, fashion design. The interesting thing though, like I genuinely, I do not know people who like this hairstyle. Like, I'm pretty sure there are, but I've noticed that when you go and you watch streamers or you watch people that play video games, and they can customize their own character, and this hairstyle is an option. I never seen it. Like, even on the far left extremist platform that happens to do streaming, which is Twitch, very rarely do I see the streamers there actually choose this hairstyle when they can. Usually it is imposed, right? So whether it's an NPC or whether it's a video game where you can't customize your character, that's when you see the haircut. Other than that, most people stay away from it. And yet, despite the fact that the feedback is that it's overwhelmingly negative, they keep putting it into the game. So why is this a problem? Well, the reason this is a problem is because when you look at Western entertainment, it is very stagnant. Like, we don't have originality anymore. Everything is a sequel, everything is a reimagining, everything is a spin-off. They do not create new universes. They do not create new stuff. Right? So basically, this is the reason. Like, all these companies are supposed to have their own team of writers, and they're supposed to come up with their thing. But what they're doing instead is they're outsourcing the creative elements of their video games to a handful of companies. And I know that people, you know, on the internet, they keep talking about Sweet Baby, and the thing is, like, while they're correct, it's just one of them. But in reality, there's like 4 or 5 that keep doing this. And these companies, they are possessed by an ideology where they think they know better, right? Like, instead of actually looking out the window and see what people like, what people enjoy, so that they try to reproduce that, they think that they can create the trend. So they think that if they use this type of hairstyle everywhere, people eventually are going to like it. But it's the same thing what's happening with Captain Marvel. I mean, Disney, through Marvel Comics, is struggling really hard in order to get people to like Captain Marvel. And they spend hundreds of millions of dollars on marketing. But the reality is that people don't like her. Like, you can't force the market. It's kind of like relationship between humans, right? Like if you don't like a person, you can't force yourself to like them. And the thing is, like, the opposite is true as well. Like, if you like a person, you can't force yourself to dislike them. It's just not how it works. But these people who are now in charge of creating the Western entertainment, they have this mindset that if they keep pushing and pushing something, eventually they'll get it. And I want you to understand, this is not a rant about haircuts. Because obviously, you know, no one cares. Like, I mean, it's literally, it's a haircut. But it's just like a symptom of what they're doing, and it's easy for me to show you by focusing on the haircut because it's visible, right? Like I don't have to do the EFAP and have like the 10 hours where I start talking about tropes and narratives and shit, right? Like it's a lot easier for me to just show you this and ask you, it's like, why is it that these characters who are from different companies, different video games, like they all have like, and you notice that they're all coming up within the span of the same years, right? And again, the reason for it is that they are constantly outsourcing the creative process. And this is not how you're supposed to do art. Like, the way you're supposed to do art is like someone is supposed to have a vision. They're supposed to have like an idea of an amazing story that they like and they would like to tell other people. And once you do that, you create that. And if the people like it, you get a fan base. This is what happened with J.K. Rowling. This is what happened with George R.R. Martin, right? Like, it is the normal way of creativity. Even with George Lucas and Star Wars. The incorrect way of creativity is to just, like, ship your product to someone that sanitizes it as much as possible, puts, like, these signifiers that are, again, like, just specifically to left-wing culture. Like, I genuinely don't know if anyone outside of the Anglosphere version of left-wing culture even sports this hairstyle. Like, if I was to go to a hairstylist in Romania and ask him to do this, they wouldn't be able to. Like, they wouldn't know, what? Like how does it? No. Right, and it is what it is. And again, like none of these characters sell toys. Like, none of these characters sell merchandise because no one likes these characters. Maybe some of them do, right? But, like, definitely not Tila. I don't even know who this chick guy is. But, like, maybe this one sells something because they're not trying to get taken themselves seriously. But honestly, it looks like a parrot that plucked its feathers, doesn't it? I don't even know who this is. Anyway, right. Let me know what you think. Because I'm genuinely curious about it. You know, it's interesting how they're trying to force the market. That's my point. Like, you notice that people do not enjoy this when they have the choice. You look at the streamers. No one is playing with these characters. And yet they keep doing it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.